Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness. My channel is dedicated to enhancing your spiritual well-being. Okay, today is September 14th. If you didn't join me on the live, if you haven't seen the live video, I did my first live video Thursday night. It went really well. I just kind of wanted to test out, see how it went. Did really well. Thank you to all of those who joined in and participated. It was a great time. So I want to do some more lives. I'm thinking like Sunday nights, but let me know what night is best for you, and definitely want to do some with some of the big aspects. So speaking of aspects, let's talk. Now we had Friday the 13th yesterday, and then we have this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, depending on where you are. So I feel like we have this weekend flanked by some major energies. So a couple of points I just want to make about the energies before I start the tarot. All right, so the moon right now is in Capricorn, and it is trining. Is it trining? No, conjunct. The moon in Capricorn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, and just listen. That's all. Just listen. Things are going to get better. The energy is going to get a little better as we go through the day, because then the moon moves into Aquarius, and that's going to kind of open up big breath of fresh air. Aquarian energy to me is always this big breath of fresh air. So maybe do some breath work until then, and then but listen is the key word. And then there's a thing about being really confident. So sit in your own confident energy. And then as the moon goes into Aquarius and we are starting to feel the energies of Venus trining Jupiter, which will happen tomorrow, just in the meantime, find a way to use your creative or your passionate energy. So if you have just a passion project that you're working on, or you're conceptualizing, draw it out, plan it out, but find a way to direct your passionate energy. And then if there is a change that you have kind of known in your inner knowing or in your conscious thought that needs to be made, now is the time to make it. So as we go into the energy of Venus trining Jupiter, you're going to find some beauty in relationships, and it's going to kind of feel like your relationships are expanding, hopefully from your heart center. But if there is a change in a relationship you need to make, you might want to have that courageous conversation or that passionate conversation. But ultimately, as we go into the full moon energy from the Moonology deck, the full moon in Pisces energy, remember this is an eclipse, so things will be intensified. It's opening up your heart chakra and forgiving, and not just forgiving other people. It is forgiving yourself, forgiving situations, forgiving the energies. Just have a whole energy of forgiveness. And this is a great time to do a forgiveness release ritual, prayer, and maybe do a release burning bowl ritual, whatever you do, saltwater bath. I am actually going to be celebrating with a friend. We're going to do some breath work, and then we're going to do we're swimming, moonlight swimming in a saltwater pool, and then we're going to do some hot tub breath work. So it's going to be an amazing release ritual, but the intent of the ritual is to forgive, to release any resentment or harboring feelings of hurt. So as Venus starts to trine this Jupiter, start to kind of excavate from your emotional self, in your emotional body. What do you feel like would be beneficial to forgive? All right, so let's jump into the tarot. I'm going to prepare the space, and while I prepare for the tarot reading to get some more details and information and guidance for you, I invite you to use this time to get centered. Take some deep breaths and settle into yourself. Settle into your authentic self so that you can pick up on the resonance of the reading, and you'll be able to determine and discern what information is for you. All right, let's get started. I'm going to be using the Quantum Oracle and the Energy Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. And then I'm going to use the Journey Tarot, and that is by Cassie Uhl. And then to get us through this weekend, I'm going to give us some Sacred Self-Care from Jill Pyle's deck, the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. So let's get started and see what you may be dealing with, pinpoint some of the issues, and get some good guidance for you. All right, let's see what comes through on the Quantum Oracle. Teacher, people. Maybe somebody you're learning a lesson from, could be a karmic, but it could also be somebody that is helping you learn. And that could be YouTube videos. It could be through a kinship, some sort of kindred spirit. And let's find out more. Let's pull the Energy Oracle, see if we get something more substantial. I did see in the pre-shuffle contract. So be diligent. Remember, we were talking about, last week, the big picture and not to forget the details. So if you are signing some sort of a contract or formulating a contract, even conceptualizing a contract, try to think about the details, not just the big picture. Know a lot of people who've gotten kind of caught up in some bad contractual obligations because of the fine print. Ooh, blossoming abundance. We have a 3 card. We have a 4 card. This is that Venus trining Jupiter. We had the Sun trine Jupiter, or aspected Jupiter in some way, just the other day, and it was just a really expansive energy. Oh, healer of the ages. This is like Christ consciousness. It's a 6 energy. Feels like really balancing out the energies from this forgiveness. Might be some time for those of you of a particular faith. You might want to read some of the scriptures regarding Jesus and forgiveness. I'm just saying that's what's coming through. But I feel like when the forgiveness, we get into this, and it's a preparatory thing, and I'm really getting the energy of there needs to be some prep work done. And part of that is the excavation process of what needs to be forgiven. Think about your relationships in your current circle, or relationships that you've had some turbulent endings with. Is there some forgiveness that needs to be brought from yourself, from your higher vibrational self, and be able to open your heart in this forgiveness energy? Because I feel like that's going to bring balance. 3s are catalysts for changes, and 4s are stability for me. So it feels like, remember I said, if there's a change that needs to happen, then it's time to make it, but that will bring balance and stability back into your situation or your relationship. I feel like today is more connecting to your whatever passion that you have. You kind of need to direct that passion, because I feel like when you get that passion engaged, then you start to open. And it's this, I feel like there's this blossoming, and it's that Venus trine Jupiter energy and the moon going into Aquarius. It's kind of like this opening up to seeing things from a higher dimensional perspective. Okay, let's get into the tarot. Get some details for you. I will definitely do a reading tomorrow, and I will definitely do a full moon reading to help us really pinpoint what we can do in this energy. There's a King of Cups. Okay, Four of Swords. This is an active energy. This is not an energy of passivity. This is a passionate, active energy we need to be in. Eight of Swords. Six of Cups. Love that card. Six of Cups to me are all about relationships. So that goes right along with the astrology. Two of Swords. I'll pull one more. Queen of Wands. There's that passionate energy. I knew she was coming through. Okay, so we have this first row flanked with two court cards. We've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands, and that kind of sums up the energy that I was just talking about. This is about relationships. It's about passion. It's about being connected to your passion. What are you passionate about? And being in that energy, because that really facilitates the creative energy. I gotta take my hair down. I'm sorry, I've got a headache, and that clip is just pulling, sorry, on my hair, and it's just exacerbating my headache. So, being in this passionate energy and really being in that gets into that creative flow. And when you're in that creative flow, you're really co-creating with the universe, with the quantum field. And I feel like that then helps you to generate that forgiveness energy, that capacity to forgive. And of course, you're at that. Look, we have this King of Cups with that full moon, all about being in the heart center, but not being overly emotional. It's a practical emotion of, okay, this is what I need to do, and I can do this. This is, it's going to be good for me. The Four of Swords is a passive energy, but it's in the reverse here, so this is an active energy. This is part of your active healing and regeneration, is getting into that energy of forgiveness. Eight of Swords generally means some sort of anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, trapped, not knowing where to turn. But in this deck, it's all about alignment. We've got the Six of Cups, which could be that kindred spirit energy. This teacher energy could be a soulmate, could be a karmic coming in to teach you something, but in a good way. It's almost like you meet somebody who's just so full of light and so full of love that you just are like, gosh, I really want to strive to be more like that. And, there's no active resentment in them whatsoever. So it's kind of like there's a role model. That's what I'm getting this teacher and this healer of the ages. It's like, here comes in this kindred spirit, soulmate role model that you're just like, oh, I really want to be at that level. I want to be in that energy. So they set an example for you, and you just kind of, what do I need to do to get there? That's what I'm feeling from this energy. We've got this Two of Swords here. What's blocking you is what needs to be forgiven. All right, let's go ahead and pull some more. I'm going to go ahead and do just a quick shuffle. Get some more energy, understanding for us. That's bothering me. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know? Usually I like the Four of Swords in the upright, but in this deck, I really like the fact that it's in the reverse. Two of Cups, all about relationships. All about relationships. Forgiveness is a choice. It is not something that just happens. It is not something that is forced on you. Forgiveness is a choice. Here we have the King of Wands. So we have that passionate, there's a passionate determination here. Okay, what's going on here? All right, the World card. Love that energy, that Saturnian energy. So just check your Saturn placement. That's earth energy, very grounded, but it is ending something. And I feel like it is the end to the resentment. Six of Wands, overcoming that resentment, being in that energy. We've got a lot of sixes here. So we've got a 6 card here with this 51. We've got the 6 of Cups card here. We've got the 6 of Wands card here. Let's pull one more. And then I'll intuitively download anything else that needs to be said. And then we'll go to that sacred self-care. Oh, Knight of Swords. Yeah. Okay, so overall pretty much reiterates what I just said. This is an energy where you really are going to have to excavate what it is that you need to do in order to get to that higher vibration. I really feel like, and I can tell you, I can attest to this, it happened in my own life. There was somebody I met recently who absolutely, it epitomizes what I think spirituality looks like in a person. Heart-centered, all the way heart-centered person. Even though she's had some devastating experiences, she still is open. And she has forgiven even people that, in my experience, I wouldn't have been able to find it in myself to forgive. But that's what I'm talking about. Find it, whatever it is, that thing that you just can't forgive. That's the target. That's the thing that you're going to have to face and say, I'm in control. My choice, my emotional choice is to release this, to forgive this, and not to accept it back as a resentment. That's the Two of Swords energy. Don't bring it back. Once you forgive it, release it, let it go. Don't allow it to come back, because it is diminishing your passion. It is diminishing your vibration. And in order to get to where this high vibration teacher is trying to get you, but through their example, you're not going to be able to get there as long as you carry around resentments. There are no justifiable resentments. Now, I know there's going to be pushback there, because I know there's some horrible things that have happened to people. And I'm not saying you should forgive and forget. But what I am saying is, if you can release the resentment, if you can release the anger, it's not to benefit them. It's to benefit you. Okay? So I'm not going to go further down there, because I know there's been a lot of hurt on this planet, and I don't want to minimize that. I do want to say that there's a release in order to move to a higher vibration. So you bring in this beautiful abundance. I feel like this beautiful abundance is relationships. If you are a light worker, you've probably been through about the last 4 years of a refinement of your circle, where you have had to release friends, family, co-workers, bosses, lovers, because they were not in alignment with your highest and greatest good. And that has been a very painful process for many of us. Many of us have very, very small circles now. And now is the time that light workers are going to come together, and your circle will expand with people who are truly vested in your highest and greatest good. So let's go ahead with the sacred self-care and see what we can do to support our mind, body, and spirit during this time. And I'm talking about the time, the flanking of the 13th, Friday the 13th, with that full moon in Pisces. I just feel like this is a time to do some really positive self-care, uplifting. Cleansing is good. Release rituals are good. And I think you need to be doing quite a bit of work. I keep getting the feeling that there needs to be an investment of work and time into this forgiveness part. I can't shake that. It keeps coming back. that there will be work involved as far as the excavation in yourself, in your energy of what needs to be released. And I feel like that's the change that needs to be made, and that will help you release that passion of creative energy. Get creative. Get creative in your ritual. Because I think that connected to your passion is going to be extremely helpful in the release of the resentment and the forgiveness that ensues. Okay, so here we have alone time. It's a number 2 card. Yeah, we all need some alone time. Connect with your womb. That's a 15 card, which is a 6. That could be... the energy I'm getting off of this is that Empress energy, you know, kind of that creative, divine, feminine energy. But something about that. And rest. I feel like it's the nurturing energy, that womb being the nurturing energy, the energy that brings life. And I feel like the message about the forgiveness is everybody is on a journey here and mistakes are made. I mean, that's just the nature of being human. We make mistakes and everybody has made them. And so as you forgive, you send out that energy of forgiveness, and then that travels through the quantum and it allows other people to forgive you. I feel like the Lord's Prayer is kind of one of the rituals that you could do. Just recite the Lord's Prayer multiple times over the next 4 days and just take it to heart. I'm just feeling that energy. Positive affirmations. Definitely loving self. Okay, here's sex for some of you that need a particular kind of release. Yeah, this, you know, sacred sexual energy is very powerful. So, you know, that might be something. Angel of Strength. We're doing bottom of the deck. This is energies that can support you, that are coming in. That is like Leo energy. It's the Strength card. It's a number 5 card, which is change. So it's going to take strength for you to dig deep and get those last vestiges of resentment out so that you can ascend into the truly healing light being that you are. New supportive connections. Did I just not say that? Your circle will expand. But you've got to do the forgiveness first, because that's what's keeping some of that resentment, negative energy in your aura. It's got to be cleared out. Lastly, 10 of Cups, my loves. This is the outcome. All right. That is my reading for you. I hope it helps. Please leave me a comment. I will post when I do my other live video. That was so much fun. I just really enjoyed that. We did do mediumship. I was able to connect with some loved ones across the veil for a particular person, which worked out really well. And it did have a really good message. So check out that video if you haven't seen it. And I will post when I do a live again. Remember, I've got a grandbaby on the way. We're just in a holding pattern, waiting. She is ready at any time. So, you know, I've got to work around that. So, blessings to all of you. I cannot wait to see you again in the next live and in the next video. Until then, my beloved, beautiful friends. Namaste. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscribing to my channel, and your very kind comments. I hope you found this video helpful. Please check out my other videos for other messages that will help you enhance your spiritual well-being. I'm Elle, and I hope you have a wonderful day and I look forward to seeing you again. Until then, my dear friends, namaste.